Hi, this is Musin, and I have been playing Monster Hunter for the past 6 months now, and ever since then I have always been a longsword and dual blades main. I am just the type of guy who loves to dance around the whole map, move really quick, or just be straight out awesome. But today, we will change all of that, going from full speed ahead to that. Yeah, this series is gonna take a while, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, you've read that right. I will be playing Monster Hunter World with lands only with a time limit of 100 hours. Can I master it or will I drop it? Now, you might say people do this normally, so what will be the difference in this video? Well, thank you for asking, and to answer that question, it's quite simple. I suck ass. Yes, I suck at gaming so much that a stream doesn't pass without my chat saying that I'm bad at video games. So you can enjoy me watching me slowly factory reset my mind and become literally insane in this series. Of course, it wouldn't be really fun without some goals and rules. The first rule is that everything must be fought solo before you go multiplayer. The reason why I've put up this rule is because I have to overcome challenges all on my own, but also not to lose my mind when it comes to farming. With that being said, multiplayer would only be allowed when it comes to the second rule, which is I must complete every lance weapon. To the or up until to the strongest elder dragons, I must complete every lance that world would give me in order to finish this challenge. Speaking of challenges, I must fight every monster and do every optional quest. In addition to that, to fully say that I completed the challenge, I must complete every assignment and defeat all Arc-Tempered Elder Dragons. Please take note that I will only be covering the base Monster Hunter World and not Iceborne because I do not think I have enough time for that. I mean, 100 hours on base world fighting everything is already short enough for me, so it will take another 100 hours for me to do Iceborne as well. Anyways, with all that being said, let us now start the challenge. I started the game by making my character look like my girlfriend, and we did a bunch of cutscenes and ride Zorah Magdaros. We then fly off using wing drakes to the ancient forest, our first map in the game. We then hid from a bunch of Jagrasses who's been terrorizing us. I swear, I will come back for revenge. We then experience this very cool cutscene that you've probably seen a billions of times, walk in Asteria and get our very first quest. I told you, Jagras, I will be coming back for revenge. I then proceeded to continue the story and I finally met the mother of those bastards, Great Jagras. I managed to hunt this dude with no problems aside from me being already insane by doing this. Poke, 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 pokey, main. Don't question me now, I don't know either. I then proceeded to hunt more Great Jagrasses for early armor. We then went on and hunted a Kuluyaku where I realized that moving with land sucks. Well, anyways, here's me yapping about birdies. Do we have like a Lance Anjanat or not? The fuck is a Lance Anjanat? Really good weapon. Hopefully I'm only gonna need this one hunt right here. Bird up? Oh yeah, my bird is up. What? Bruh. I remember right now. I'm gonna sing for a bit, okay? There's like this Filipino song, an OPM song that I grew up listening on, and it's called Don't Touch My Birdie. It sang like Don't touch my birdie, resist
Temptation, please. Yeah, that was such a good song right there. You can search it all.
Legendary song. Anyways, we managed to hunt Kuluyaku without any problems, and the same thing can be said with a Puke Puke. There isn't really a challenge when it comes to the monsters, but more so on how to play Lance. It's really different from my old weapons where there's a lot of flexibility and repositioning is basically easy. This has become apparent when I progressed in the story and went to the Wild Spiderways and tried fighting Aratian, and I immediately died 2 times before I realized that this is not an expedition and I only have 1 life left. So I went ahead and fight a Barot, and that dude is a really tough one. So I made sure to tenderize him as much as possible, and I actually triggered my very first mount of the challenge. I then managed to beat Baron, and I went straight ahead and fought Juratudos, and you bet I beat the fish's ass. Wait, does fish even have ass? You bet that I beat fish's fin? Ah, whatever. I hate myself. Right after fighting Jura, I then fought a Tobi Katachi, which is rather uneventful, and then I hunted the biggest son of a bitch ever, and
Oh yeah, dude. That is such a classic introduction right there. Gonna bait safe, hit till no move, no more always works, okay. Oh my god! Oh my god! Give me the tail. At least let me tenderize the tail. I'm poking his butt, chat. Oh my god! And he ate me alive. My ass kicked right now. This is not a fun time. Come here. Oh, got the tail. He is definitely mad now. Oh!
I carded to this monster for 2 times. The biggest struggle that I had so far, except the Ratian. We don't talk about that. After managing to win, it's time for the snooze fest. I don't know how to make this grand for the video. It's literally just shooting and poking this huge ass monster. Oh, also I didn't die to Nergigante, which I'm pretty proud of. With the hunt being a big failure, we continued the hunt for Zorah Magdaros. In order to find him, we tried looking for him at the Coral Highlands and Rotten Vale, where we both fight Paulumu and Raduban respectively. With Paulumu's annoying wind, I made sure to keep it in the ground as much as possible by using flash pods and tenderizing it to make sure that I can deal as much damage to it as possible. And with the Raduban, I practiced doing the counterclaw, which I only managed to do once. I captured the Raduban this time and continue with the story. After unlocking the Coral Highlands, I did an event where I fought 2 Kyrians where I got my ass beat. And with me being the petty motherfucker that I am, I used the defender gears and managed to get myself a Kyrian lance. I swear this is the last time I'm gonna use the defender lance, and I'm not gonna touch that weapon ever again. Continuing with the story, I then fought a Legiana and got carted again. We should probably keep count on the carts now. After the Legiana hunt, it is very noticeable that my weapon is tremendously falling behind. And given the fact that the next hunt is an Odogaron, I then farm for Legiana for its lance. Odogaron is one of the biggest challenges that I had in the early game of this challenge. He is fast and deals a lot of damage at the same time. One might say that it's much better to grind for armor before fighting him, but at the time I always saw it as inefficient, that it's much more better to grind on high rank rather than low rank to save time. I noticed that one of the problems that I had starting this challenge is that I only know how to dodge from Freedom Unite to Monster Hunter World. Using longsword and dual blades, heck, even in greatsword, it's always ingrained for me to dodge. For me, it's such a perfect way to counter an enemy. Dodging helps you reposition in a way where you can keep being aggressive no matter how dangerous the situation is. But this is simply not the thing with Lance. Using the shield is as vital as poking the enemies. But even though I know that, it's almost second nature for me to dodge. I sometimes even sheath my weapon just to dodge or to reposition myself. Even if the best way to use the lance is not to sheath but instead keep guarding. I am so used to attacking the enemy's side that I forgot that with lance, I should be in front, and this resulted in me carting 2 more times. I wonder if I will be able to master lance and if I will be able to overcome these challenges. Moving on, we figured out a way to find Zorah Magdaros, and that is to find the first Wyverians. Of course, we wouldn't really get the information for what we wanted for free, and in order to get it, we need to hunt both Rathalos and a Diablos. Hunting a Rathalos isn't really that big of a deal. I used a Kirin's lance to take him down, and that is pretty much it. Diablos, on the other hand, is quite different. Diablos is a monster I have always hated, and to no one's surprise, I carded to him again. My main strategy in this fight is to wallbang this dude to death, but when I clutch claw him, this happens. So, I had no choice but to tank this out, just like every monster that I've hunted so far. Of course, I carded fighting this dude like always, but I managed to capture him, ending my own misery. I am just glad that there's no more Diablos lands and we only have like the Barret lands, because if we do, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. We then do the last hunt of the low rank. It's time to fight Zorah Magdaros one last time. Once again, there isn't really a big difference from the last Zorah fight to this one. We once again poke some magma cores until Nergigante appears, which I surprisingly survived once again. I then focus again on the cores once Nergigante retreated until we got sent in the barricade and dealt one last blow to Zorah with a Dragonator. So far, this video has mostly been me experiencing a new type of weapon and just struggling on it, and me coming to terms that my very own playstyle doesn't work on this weapon, and that I have to work on properly using this weapon to overcome this challenge that I'm facing. I have to keep reminding myself to block instead of dodge and commit to this weapon at all times. Despite the suffering, I am quite enjoying learning a new weapon so far. Hopefully in high rank, I can finally master this weapon and overcome every Elder Dragons I face. But for now, this is Musen, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next episode. Jane!